I think this one is more the hotter topic right now. Some of the other topics I think are kind of forthcoming, but this is the hot topic right now. Let's start first with our opening to our new segment.
You are about to enter the world of strange truth, a world where the line between fact and fiction is almost imperceptible.
You might be too young for this one, Ernie Big.
Beyond
you remember
belief.
that? Fact or friction? Beyond belief.
Beyond
I mean, I have to
belief.
bring it back a little bit. Just right here, this duo. But what's really happening is this one. Right? This is getting louder and louder. This is getting ugly too, right? Getting let me see if I can get the picture up real quick. But I know the one they egged his house. First I heard it was rocks. And now I'm hearing they egged his house, which is, just wild that the offensive coordinator of the home team is getting his house egged by the fans of that team, like which is crazy to even think about. And then not, excuse me, not even that. We got signs going up. Like we are really going at this guy to get him out of here. Let's bring up the sign real quick. Might have been on 95 or somewhere. Look at that. Fired Kevin Patullo.
Gotta love Philly, man.
Gotta love Philly.
You gotta love.
So we'll keep this one up.
8-4 in there doing this. You gotta love
8-4. That's insane.
We got to keep this one in here. So Kevin Patullo should have been fired. I'm assuming already. Not should we fire him now? Because obviously the press conference today, no changes are happening. From at least from a play calling standpoint and an OC standpoint. But begs the question: should he have been fired already? Seeing the holes that everybody can see. This is not rocket science, right? If you follow football and you're a football fan, you can see the holes right now in the Philadelphia Eagles, even though they're now third in the NFC in terms of standings. I'm gonna say you know what? I'm gonna say fiction on this one, man. I'm gonna say fiction. I don't think the guy should lose his job. Once again, we're third in not the division. We're one in the division, but third in the conference. And when you catch these all 22s, when you catch any of these people breaking down film and you see these segments, you see in certain spots where players in scheme wise things are open. Are they extravagant? Or, is it the Rams? Is it Mike McDaniels from the Dolphins? Is
Chicago.
it Brian, was it Brad? Is it Brad or Brian Johnson? Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson out in Chicago. Do we have this motion? No, we don't. It is a vanilla type offense, but should be open. When we look at the plays that need to be made in certain situations, you can find somebody open in that play where Jalen should have went to. Is what I'm saying. Is where I'm at. So to me,
you can when you don't know what the play call is. Like,
yeah, from what we can see, right?
And that's where. Let me just.
I agree with you. You're going to catch it. I think you're right on point. You're right on point.
Look, this is.
So hold on. So is this fact or fiction for you? Let's start right there.
Well, let me just ask you guys a question. Like, you guys have kids, right?
Yeah, I have a kid.
When you take them out to a nice restaurant, you hand them the menu, but you don't really let them order. You put the order in.
Okay.
So you take a 12-year-old to Texas Longhorn, to a steakhouse, right?
Yeah.
He gonna tell you what he wants, but you're not gonna let him order for the table.
Okay.
You tell your son he can have whatever he wants. Go ahead, kid, whatever. But he picks the $42, 32-ounce ribeye. He's not getting that.
He go get that kid steak.
That's what I'm saying. That's what. From what I understand, that's what this is. He is told to operate within the exact, and this is so funny, dude, because I don't know how many times I have to say this on this show. It doesn't matter who the offensive coordinator is. This is Nick Sirianni / Jalen Hurts' offense.
Mm-hmm.
It is built and designed for the quarterback. Okay? There is nothing other than, like Nick Foles said it better than anybody else, there is no difference in scheme for the Philadelphia Eagles year in and year out. It is game flow and the art of play calling.
Mm-hmm.
Shane Steichen, Kellen Moore, they are fantastic play callers, and there's an art to it. Doug Peterson was one of those. He was a fantastic play caller. He's not a head coach, but he's a great play caller. The game flow requires a certain type of reciprocation. There's a chance that Patullo is a great offensive mind, but not a good play caller. At the end of the day, it's week 14, and last year we had the conversation. I asked both of you because Brent was hammering the table before Sirianni shaved his head, to just dump this guy to the flames. And my question that I posed,
a new man since. He's been a new man ever since.
My question was, who in the F are you bringing in?
That's what my question.
You have to have things. So just so people understand, if Patullo loses play calling, it's not going to be Sirianni. I don't know if he's not allowed to call plays from Laurie, but since week 8, I think, or week 9 of his first year with the Eagles, he has not picked up the playbook and has been told to focus on game management, which that's another topic. You can get on his game management. We can talk about that. That's a different story. But the play calling is either going to go to Jason Michael, the tight end coach, because he has play calling experience, not successful, but he has play calling experience, or QB coach Scott Loeffler, who is a quarterback coach / offensive coordinator / head coach from college. So the Patullo thing, when you win a Super Bowl and you lose a coordinator to a head coaching job, the pool that you have to pick from is shallow as can be. So just like with Brian Johnson, they opted to promote from within. Most teams in the league do not operate like this because they don't have the turnover that the Eagles have. The Chiefs' sustained success came from Eric Bieniemy and Matt Nagy, who were two reject coaches that found their home in a safe space, and they didn't choose to pursue head coaching jobs moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Kellen Moore and Shane Steichen, we knew that if they hit the ground running, they were going to go get head coaching jobs. And now there was a chance Kellen didn't, but it happened. So
I wish it would have stayed.
To blame Patullo, you have to give me a reason as to why it will get better. Because otherwise, I hear Sean Desai and Matt Patricia, and everybody want to talk about how bad Matt Patricia was. Was he allowed to call the defense that he wanted to call? No, because you can't implement a defense midway through the season. You cannot implement a new playbook through the season.
We're at the end, too.
Instead of yelling at the offensive coordinator, yell at the program. Be mad at the product as a whole because they have not changed since 2021. They have been the exact same offense. It just happens to look better with Saquon Barkley than it does with Miles Sanders in the run game and DeAndre Swift as well. It happens to look better with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith than it did with Quez Watkins, Jalen Reagor, and Travis Fulgham. I mean, it's players, not plays, guys, and I will die on that. It is players, not plays.
I don't know.
God, talk to me.
Yeah, I mean,
it will forever be players, not plays. McVay has won fucking nothing compared to Sirianni. And what has Sirianni had over McVay? Talent, through and through.
Well, I mean, I think what you're saying, and I'm like, obviously, we both played too, so I get what you're saying. Every great coach needs players. So yeah, in the what players before coaches for sure, because they need the players to actually execute those plays. But at the same time, in this instance, you do need the brains behind the wheels.
You do, but this isn't college. This is the NFL. Everybody's professionals, from coaches down to the players. Mm-hmm. And the penalties that we have, and I'm not diving too deep into this. I'm going to get off my train here in a second. But the penalties that we have, the false starts, guys running into each other. I mean, come on. That's not – when you've ran the exact same offense with the same players over the years, there is something that is wrong. It's either player buy-in to the program because maybe they feel that this doesn't work anymore and they've kind of been caught with their pants down and they can't really shift their offensive philosophy. I mean, you're talking about a team that – I've said this for years in the podcast. They want to be a passing team from ownership. That has not changed. They won the Super Bowl as a running team, and they ran the ball to victory. Now we are seeing a team that has played 21 or so games, 2 out of 3 years, and have been late to the coaching search because guys have been hired. And Mailata made a comment, I think, what was it, the past couple weeks on WIP? He said they felt like they just left Super Bowl week when they showed up for OTAs. I mean, let's talk about the, not to spin off, but the health of the trenches as opposed to the skill players, I think, is what we're looking at in the grand scheme of things. The Eagles are built from the inside out, and right now the offensive line is beaten and battered, and the defensive line is showing its wear. And that's because they've played so much football over the past 3 seasons.
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree with that. The deep run does drain you.
I've been meaning to make this comparison for a while. You guys remember what happened to Bron and Wade. Bron is a special player that, he's above all else. But Wade's knees could not hold up through that run. He said it. They didn't have an off season. I mean, we're going to have this conversation now. Next year, they go out and get Mike McDaniel as the offensive coordinator, and they win the Super Bowl. That's the ebb and flow of the Eagles right now.
I mean, I guess that's what I would say. Coaching matters, right? In these type of instances and examples that you're giving, right? Like,
fact or fiction, Brent? Humble.
I'm fiction on this.
I knew you were fiction on this one.
This is to not make any changes going in this week, seeing how we are kind of completely going down. I go back to AJ Brown of this. This opened the door for opportunity for more scrutiny for Kevin Patullo, not able to really get his bearings and being criticized week in and week out. Since week 4, he's had to do things that he didn't really want to do, and that was force feed the throwing the football. He's trying to get himself together, get his offense together, and find a rhythm. Like you said, it is an art to play calling. Some people have it, some people don't. But he doesn't know if he have it or not. And we were talking about week 4, and he was being criticized in week 4. So at that point, when you do throw your coach under the bus that just got there and have this position in week 4 and you're 4-0, I know Kevin looked in the mirror and was like, God damn, like, give me a minute. Give me a minute so I can figure this shit out. And he has never got that minute. And ever since week 4, that tweet from AJ Brown, he's been getting hammered and hammered and hammered. So then the following week, you got to go down and figure out how I can get AJ Brown the ball. AJ ain't dynamic. AJ Brown is a great receiver, but he's not dynamic to be creative with. He can't run the route tree. He doesn't run any. They tried. They tried to run a screenplay, a reverse. They can't move.
Yeah.
So it's only but so much you can do to get AJ the ball. He has great hands. So you're going to get the post, you're going to get the stop, you're going to get the dig, you're going to get the out, you're going to get the basic stuff. But as far as Kevin Patullo,
how do you expect a guy to run an offense based on the run? A team that's built on the run and they can't run the football.
I think my problem with the Eagles is I personally feel Saquon Barkley will be more if you're under the center as far as Jalen Hurts and can hand the ball downhill to Saquon. What I'm noticing is when he's handing the ball over to the left and to the right out of shotgun, he has this quick little jab motion. He's not getting downhill. That's why we're seeing more success right now from our backup, right? Because he's getting downhill. He's hitting a hole. We need to start getting
running outside. That's the thing, too. They refuse to run Saquon outside, but they'll run Tank to the outside, and it looks better. The bad part we have right now is the interior offensive line is not getting to the second level. And the bad part is it's not Tyler Steen.
Right.
I mean, everybody can talk about Tyler Steen's the new guy. People want to talk about, should we have paid Bond over Beck?
Yeah, it's been our main guys.
Steen's been the best offensive lineman on the team.
Dickerson's been bad.
Mailata's
been bad.
Their actions speak louder than words. They have offered chip help to Mailata more than he's had in his entire career this season. More than he's had in his entire career. And it's been Calcaterra at times, which is no help at all. But there are glaring injury issues with the offensive line, and it's ridicule. It is ruining the entire offense. But the offensive line is warriors, and I think at what point do you protect them from themselves? We saw Brett Toth come into the running game and create blocks at the second level. We've seen Fred Johnson's not ever going to be Lane Johnson. So when we drop that off, that's going to be a problem. When I watch the guy that we just gave $15 million a year to be a top 3 center in football, coming off back surgery, which Nate really hit me over the head harder than I wanted to admit, in saying that there's a chance this guy's not the same.
Oh, for sure.
And then to suffer this knee injury that he has. And the fact that we still continue to play him when we've seen success with Toth. You're at what point do you protect the players from themselves? I mean, Dickerson is putting shit tape on right now. I mean, it's bad.
Yeah,
It's
Dickerson
not
doesn't
good.
look good either. But
It's not good.
He's like Frankenstein, right? Like his whole body is.
Dude, his whole, and again, this is where we keep talking about the team continues to play so much football. And like you guys hinted to earlier, this has been a freaking gauntlet of a schedule. I don't care what anybody, this is worse than 2023. The teams that they're having to play week in and week out, and the fact that the Bears weren't supposed to be anything. I think the only gimme game we have on the schedule for the entire year outside of the Giants in division, which is a feisty game no matter what, is what, the Raiders? Is that, I mean, we don't play the Jets. They're not playing, the Saints. They don't play any of those teams. They're just playing the teams that are honestly playing really well. I'm surprised they don't have the Colts on the schedule.
Yeah, we knew that going in. It was going to be one of the hardest.
Yeah. I was about to say,
but I think we looked at the Bears as more of an easier challenge because I didn't think that they were going to jump straight to being the Commanders of this year. And then you look at like the Chargers, the Chiefs, and all that. I mean, it's become, looking back on it, this year is going to look insane. And I think that when you play those teams during the regular season, especially early, I think that wears on you going into the postseason. And these teams, they have that extra bit of hatred for you. They want to dominate.
Yeah, you're still the champs. You're still the champs until somebody wins.
You're also the champs that physically bullied every team they played last year.
Yep.
I'll just add one last thing. I know we got to switch topics. I don't know if I feel as though Kevin Patullo should be fired because who's going to pick up that slack? We don't want, obviously, Nick Sirianni to be taking that slack. We did that before. Horrible. Obviously, Kevin Patullo has come from that Nick Sirianni tree. Same as Ben Johnson. Terrible. He just has a terrible tree. So for that case, I just wish we would make adjustments. We don't adjust. We're running the same exact plays, especially our run game.
The Lions didn't announce they were changing play callers till people called out Dan Campbell holding the play sheet. Why does it have to be announced in a press conference? That's what pisses me off more than anything. Why not just do what Andy Reid did and just, hey, I'm not hot right now. You call these plays for the rest of this game.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Continuity in the coaching staff potentially.
What's going on?